Hi, guys, and welcome to ILO on Location, the podcast, where I go on location and chat with my amazing friends. Fabulous women who inspire me for so many reasons and hopefully will inspire you. I'm your host, Irene Karras-Loper, and today we are celebrating my friend, Gillian Hurtig. She's an amazing woman who is rocking her career as an actress in film and TV while dominating commercials. She's an acting coach and instructor with her own home studio. She's a production queen with years of experience in the theater, events world, film, TV, commercials, and lifestyle television industry. She's the creator and star of her own upcoming production, The Gillian Joy Show. And in addition to her full-time career in arts and entertainment, she and her husband recently opened their own business called Honest to Pete Roasters, a delicious coffee company in Vancouver, adding entrepreneur to her resume. Gillian is a beautiful woman inside and out, and she's sassy and sexy at 62, following her dreams and passions with positivity and joy. Please enjoy my chat with Gillian Hurtig. Okay, I'm going to re-intro us while you're chewing on a shortbread cookie. Amazing. Welcome, listeners, to my podcast, ILO on Location. Irene Karras-Loper here. I am on location in fabulous Kitsilano, Vancouver, BC, visiting my amazing friend, Gillian Hurtig. We're in her beautiful Tiffany blue apartment. It looks like I'm in an artist studio. It's so gorgeous here. I have a beautiful view of the ocean, and I have a beautiful view of Miss Gillian or Mrs. Gillian Hurtig. Welcome to ILO on Location, the podcast.
Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to host you.
Yay! Yay! I'm so glad to be here. Well, I like to start the podcast on how we actually know each other and how we actually met.
Yes. Well, we met working with the fabulous Colette Aubin.
Yes, we did.
Doing production on a commercial, which we do from time to time.
Yes.
Instead of being in front of the camera, we like to work behind the camera.
Exactly.
And that's how we met that first day. We jumped right into work, and holy smokes, it was intense.
And holy smokes, it was intense. And Gillian and I and the lovely Colette Aubin, we like to call ourselves the Angels. Colette being our boss is Angel 1. Me being her first assistant is Angel 2. And Gillian being her second assistant is Angel 3. So we go by the Angels as in Charlie Angels.
And we totally are.
And we totally are. So Gillian, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk with you today is because on my podcast this season, I'm doing what I like to call the ILO Artist Series. And that is me admiring other women in the arts that have managed to build fantastic careers as actors, artists, painters, writers, production people, all different types of careers in the arts, pursuing their dreams. And I thought you were a great example because you are a woman who I would like to share, if I may, your fabulous age.
Yes, you may.
Gillian Hurtig is 62 and sexy and sassy. And killing it in her career right now. I like to call her, if you can visually see her, she's like the Jamie Lee Curtis of Vancouver. Tall, statuesque, a beautiful body, beautiful face, and the silver short crew cut, and just a hot number. 62, sassy and sexy, Miss Gillian Hurtig. And Gillian, you are an actress. You're a production queen. You are an entrepreneur and a business owner. You're a creator of your own show. You're an auntie and a stepmom extraordinaire. Yes. And you're also now adding teacher/instructor into your career. So you as a woman has a multifaceted career of all these other avenues. So I thought what we could talk about first is the production career, love it or list it, working and producing. You had a short film that you were working and producing. How did that come from?
Well, when I went to university to study theater, specifically it was musical theater because I love to sing.
Amazing.
And dance. As anybody will attest, if they've been around me long enough, they know that I'll just burst into, Hamilton or whatever the latest thing is. So I studied. I started to go to auditions, and I hated it. I felt intimidated. I was scared. Mm-hmm. I witnessed the over-sexualization of young women going to auditions, and I quit.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So then, because I have a theater background and I understand how theater works, then I thought, well, my next best thing would be to go and work behind the scenes.
Okay.
Because I knew it.
Yeah.
So I first started volunteering for different events, then eventually started getting hired.
Yeah.
So I did event work behind the scenes and production work.
Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't until a few years later that I got back to doing voiceover work because I needed some kind of creative outlet that really made me feel like I was using some part of my body and mind to be creative. So I got an agent and I started doing voiceover work, but I continued to move and go through event and production work. I went to Toronto and Vancouver, back to Toronto. I kind of went back and forth a couple of times.
Wow.
And then I finally came back here to stay in 1991.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting to me that you came out of a trained musical theater program. You hit the pavement. And for whatever reason, it just didn't connect with you in your own personal moments. And you made the decision to pull away, refocus in another area of the arts, pivot, and then push and pursue in that other side of the business. Yeah. And so how did that fill your confidence in the regards of the industry? Did you manage now to find your way in the career of production and event?
Oh, yeah. Because I loved it. You know, again, if you put yourself, you don't necessarily have to be the top job if you're within that realm. So being behind the curtain. So for instance, I was on tour with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with Johnny Osmond.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's right. I think you told me that, the Osmond.
Yeah. And it was one of the best times of my life. We took the show. This was 1993. Took the show out of Toronto, brought it to Vancouver for 6 weeks. And I was the assistant company manager.
Oh my God.
So for me, that was a primo job. Because I met all the crew, the local crew at the Queen Elizabeth. Wow. And that's how I feel some of the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Oh my God.
And again, constantly learning, right? I used to stand beside the stage manager and watch him call the show sometimes because that is an incredible job.
Yeah. Right.
And just loved watching that and learning. And so that pushed me on to more theater jobs that I got. Forever Plaid, I worked for them. And there was a new show that was being mounted about Nat King Cole. So I got to work with a lot of professional companies behind the scenes. And of course, all the while, like standing stage left or right going, oh, I really should be out there.
Right.
You know, so that was always in the back of my head.
Yes. Yes. And I can imagine if you were in these amazing companies and perhaps feeling a pull in the artistic side of things too.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, satisfying because I was continuing to learn. Yeah. And meeting people that I still know today.
Wow. Yeah. Is Donnie? Where's Donnie?
Donnie's amazing. Donnie's in Vegas now, baby.
I think we need to go visit Donnie. Donnie, if you're listening, we're coming down. We're coming down. Wow. I think that's amazing because sometimes, you know, if people are interested in a career, like there are ways to fill your passions and your dreams, even if it isn't in that time of your life what you wanted in that you still found a way to pivot and add the arts to your lifestyle. So you're in it.
And it gave me confidence.
And it gave you confidence.
Because I was really good at it.
Of course.
Because I was passionate about it.
Yeah, right.
And that's what I tell a lot of young people now is I know people say, oh, following your passion, don't do it. You'll never make money. Well, I'm here to tell you that, you got to have a job. But your passion is your passion. Yeah. It's what came with you when you were born. And you got to find a way to work in it somehow, or you will be a very unhappy human being. Yeah. Even if it's not full time, even if it's not professionally that you're doing this stuff. Yeah. You have to find a way to incorporate what you love into your life.
Yeah. I agree. When you were working in these production and these event careers, was there someone that you were working with? Were you on a team?
For the professional theater that I was working with, it was me coming into being hired as part of a group, like with Live Ant.
Yeah.
In event work, I've primarily worked with the incredibly talented Pat Record, who owns In Any Event Design.
Okay.
And Pat and I have worked on things like Bill and Melinda Gates's wedding reception.
Oh
and
my God.
like all kinds of ridiculous, crazy fun things that we've done.
Wow.
Yes.
And is that a relationship that you still have today?
We still work together. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bill and Melinda Gates' wedding reception?
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
That is crazy, Gillian.
And some other, Microsoft multimillionaires, billionaires, events for them, and wonderful stuff up in Vancouver. Yeah, we've just we're a good team.
Yeah.
Pat is the brains and the creativity behind it. It's her company.
Yeah.
And she asks me to come and work with her. So we go out and conquer, divide and conquer.
Amazing.
We've been friends ever since, and we're both in our 60s now and have had so much fun. We travel together now. We are very, very good friends.
That's an awesome story because you clearly have established some loyalty and longevity in a lot of your female relationships.
Betcha.
Right?
Most important thing.
Yeah.
I come from a family of 3 girls.
Yes.
Or 4 girls, rather, and I'm in there. And women relationships, female strength and empathy and compassion and humor. That's what I gravitate to.
Do you think that is also why you're supportive of other women? And
yes, because we're better as a whole if we're supporting each other.
Yeah.
I personally have never understood, and I do think a lot of social media fosters this whole thing about women against women. I've never understood it.
Yeah, me neither.
It's just not my reality.
Yeah.
If one of my friends has a success, it's a success for all of us.
Thank you. Yes, I love that. And I felt that from you when I first met you as well. And I feel like Colette wouldn't have people in her team who aren't supportive of each other because she's so into energy and you and I, we understand that. And I think we share that. So then the early stages of your careers, obviously Lady Boss, Queen Power in the production queen area of life. And then tell me a little bit about the Love It or List It. And the reason why I asked is because that's a local show that I think did quite well. I'm just curious if you worked with the fabulous Todd Talbot. Okay. So Todd was one of my leading men. I absolutely love him. Yes. And his wife. Oh, what fun that you were working on that show, which was such a hit. Tell me a little bit, how many years did you work on that show and what was that experience like? I did the first 3 seasons. Wow. And I was the design/contra coordinator. Wow. So I worked with the interior design team and again met another incredible group of women. Oh my God. Interior designers and people again who are still in my life. Shel Piercy knew that I was into theater and television and interior design and stuff. So then he called me up and he said, "Hey, we're doing this show. Do you want to come and work on it?" I was like, "Yes, I do." Yes. Yeah. So I did 3 seasons, 26 episodes in a season. Oh my God. Wow. That's a lot. Crazy stress. Yeah. But as the contra coordinator, I was responsible for building all the relationships with all the suppliers across Canada. People who would, in exchange for exposure on the show, provide us with tiling or flooring or furniture or lighting or gutters or you name it, roofing, whatever we needed. You were that liaison. Yeah. So that I have to then point out, because I'm in Gillian's beautiful apartment here in Kitsilano, in her amazing renovated kitchen. And that was one thing you had said was you had used some of your contacts from working in that show to tile your kitchen and your granite countertops and all that. So that obviously kind of added to your own personal life outside of the show. Some perks, right? When you're asking people for things for free, well, not for free, but in exchange, it's I worked really hard on this show. Yes. But we also had a lot of fun. And with Gillian and Todd, and they were new to that kind of experience back then. So just watching them grow as hosts and their relationship. And it was a really good time. And then I left that show and soon after that got
hired by a new company who was doing a new show called Worst to First.
Oh.
And I went on as an associate producer on that show because I knew so much about how to do that kind of show.
Wow.
And I did 2 seasons of that. So in total, I did over 100 I was part of a team that did over 120 renovations in Vancouver.
That's amazing.
And I got to see some great neighborhoods I didn't even know existed.
Yeah,
and North Van and over here. Like, it was just fantastic.
Right. And what about the short film that you produced? Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that, because I know that people are told is if you want to make work or be working, create work. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot harder said than done.
Well, yet another beautiful human who I met on Worst to First, Theone Masoner, was a director there, and she had written a short, and we had become friends.
Oh my God.
And she asked me, would you like to produce this with me?
Oh my God.
And of course I said yes.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. So again, a relationship based. Yeah.
Hey, I've only burned a few bridges in my life.
Right. 1 or 2.
Because who doesn't? Yeah. There are some jerks out there.
Of course.
And I don't need to work with those people.
Yeah.
And my radar is pretty keen now.
Yeah.
So, but yes, generally it's all about the wonderful people I've met.
Wow.
And I'm very grateful to each and every one of them who've offered me an opportunity.
Yeah. That's amazing. No, baby, don't you. No, baby, don't you. You started with one intention. You pivoted due to your own personal needs and, self needs. And then you, I guess, pivoted back. And the reason why I know that is because I know you as an actress primarily and a working actress. So take me a little bit through how you went from your production career, which was extremely successful. Anybody who wants to get into production, what Gillian is explaining is like top level production gigs and like very difficult to get these kinds of jobs with these shows and these companies. When did you make the decision? I've done this now and I've conquered the production side of this business, and now I want to add some art back into it. I'm talking about on-camera performance.
So I'll just give you just one more piece of the puzzle.
Please do.
After I finished working on those 2 TV shows, I was like, wow, I need a little bit of a break. I'm exhausted, super intense. I was going to a lot of theater and watching my colleagues and friends and stuff. And I thought, I think after watching everybody appear on camera and my girlfriends directing and, all of that, I thought, okay, enough. It's my turn. Right. I literally just thought, okay, I think I'm good. I got to go back. So in 2017, not that long ago, I told my husband, Peter, I said, I think I need to get back to acting. I think I need to get in front of the camera. He said, go for it. I talked to my then agent at Characters and I said, will someone take me on? And she said, no, there's nobody to do it, but I'm going to introduce you to somebody who might. And that's when I met Pamela Wise. And it was one of the most life-affirming things that ever happened. Because yes, I was bummed that at Characters they wouldn't consider taking me on. Mm-hmm. But my agent got in touch with Pamela, and I think I'd sent a picture as well. And she said, listen, here's this woman. She's a voiceover actor, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to pass it on if you're interested in meeting with her. No more than about 4 hours later, my phone rang, and it was Pamela saying, hi, Gillian. It's Pamela Wise. I would love to meet you. Are you available to come in? And the next day I came in and she was asking questions about myself. And then she said, well, I'd like to sign you. So like after 30 minutes, maybe.
Oh my God.
And that's how I got my start in the commercial world in 2017.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay. So Gillian, first of all, that is amazing for so many reasons for people listening. Mm-hmm. You can be any age, any point of your life and decide, I want to go for something. Yeah. I think that is like an amazing story / life experience to be super successful in a career and then go, you know what? I want this back, and something that you had wanted younger in your life and shied away from. And for whatever reason, now you've had the confidence and self-esteem to put yourself back out there. And for anybody listening, Characters is, top tier top tier agency and when you were told, let's say no, while you're rep with them for working on voiceovers, because that's a whole other side of the business of voiceover. You know, that in itself could have been a discouraging moment.
Well, it was.
And
for sure.
Yeah. But then to have them set you up with somebody and then to have that experience where she's like, oh my God, you're a moneymaker being a beautiful, mature woman.
I was 55.
55? Yeah. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. And then she sent me on a few auditions and I got my first, that was in August and I got my first job in October.
Okay. And scene.
And scene.
Thank you. So people who've been auditioning for fucking 25 years and can't book a role. I mean, anybody listening knows, you know, you can have a million auditions and not land anything. So you literally booked your first gig within months.
Yeah. Wow. And then it's just been amazing ever since. And since then, I now have a TV film voiceover agent at Premiere as well, Brenda Campbell.
Yes.
And so that grew. I needed to get back into it. I did a lot of commercial work and kind of learned what I needed to learn because it had been so long. Learning how to work on camera, learning all those intricacies, what to look at, what not to look at, how to behave, all those things. And, and
here you are.
And I've had the best time of my life. Best time of my life.
You know, that makes me, again, so happy because often Gillian will post like a picture, whether it's a callback or on set in wardrobe. And a lot of her tags are, you know, hashtag don't give up on your dreams, hashtag, you know, actor's life at 60, hashtag it's never too late. A lot of the sort of like positive reinforcement for a woman pursuing the arts. And I can feel your joy in that because you circled back to it. And when it was the right time for you to put yourself out there to be able to, let's say, handle it emotionally and not, you know, have it be a confidence issue, right? And then, of course, to have success so quickly and so regularly. Gillian's the commercial queen. I want to say you work all the time, but you've also had great roles on Motherland. You've done A Million Little Things. You've done some movies of the week, Harmony of For the Heart. Yeah. So roles where you're featured and doing, you know, great work as well. People give the commercials a bit of it's hard work. You're having to act, you're having to perform, you're having to engage, you're selling a product in a short amount of time. Yeah.
And it's an incredible place to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a different environment, you know? So it's really nice to go onto a commercial set where now I know tons of crew. I usually know the hair, makeup, wardrobe, fabulous people. Yeah. So I feel like I'm coming home when I go on set. Yeah. And it's just a really lovely feeling to be part of a team. Yeah. Because ultimately that's what you are when you're acting. You've got all the other team. Yeah. And we can't do it alone. Yeah. Right? And my goodness, we've got incredibly talented craftspeople here.
Oh, God, we do. Yeah, we do.
We're so lucky.
Yeah, I would say, the industry in general here is just huge, giant, super talented. Yeah. And everybody hardworking. Like, I've never been on a set in my entire life, behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, or in theater, with anybody being lazy or having a bad attitude. Yep. Gillian, that's really amazing. And I love that you have an established relationship with your agents. Do you feel that relationship is also helpful for you?
I do feel that I'm in the hands of two incredible women. Yeah. Very positive, lovely, smart, funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Women who are like me, because I like to surround myself with people that are smart. Yeah. Because then again, I get to learn from them too. Yeah. Oh my God. Joyful.
Yeah. I love that. And you use the word joyful. And of course you bring joy and you are joyful, which also brings me to my next topic because I want to talk to you a little bit about your Gillian Joy show. Oh, yes. Because I explained to you why I do ILO on Location, the podcast. It's a chance for me to connect with friends, feel creative, talk about an industry I love and be around people I admire. And I know that you have a little, or I should say larger than life project you're working on. I don't know, are you able to talk about it on ILO on Location and share a little bit about your project called the Gillian Joy Show?
Well, Gillian Joy was born during the pandemic. Okay. Because, we were not working as much and we were at home a lot. And I really missed my people. I missed my actor friends.
Yeah.
My goofy friends, my delightful friends, and I thought, what could I be doing that I could be with those people? Mm-hmm. And I decided, well, obviously because the news has been so grim, and I thought I need to do something that's fun, funny, silly. Mm-hmm. So I have this alter ego named Gillian Joy, and I'm going to invite all of my actor friends that I've come across to come and be interviewed by me on camera. In whatever character they want to be. So I will be in character, so I'm expecting that they will also be in character.
So, for example, when I am a guest on your show, okay, you will be, it's on camera and you'll be interviewing me. Yep. And I come to be interviewed you in a character I've played. What a great idea.
And we're going to just riff.
Wow.
And the whole thing is improv.
Yeah.
There will be no rehearsals. I just come in, sit down, I'm going to mic you up. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, I just want to have fun with my friends.
Yeah, right. and with all your experience as an associate producer and working on all these films and televisions and stuff over your career, this must be a bit of a walk in the park for you to put together in your brain a little bit too, right?
I think I get it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to start in February.
Oh my God.
So get ready.
So this is perfect timing that you're on ILO on location, the podcast, so we can promote your upcoming show.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? No, baby, don't you. So when you look at your life and your career and all these sort of good things and these next steps of your journey are presenting themselves and or you're taking control. Once again, taking control.
I have to.
Yeah.
No one's, I think my therapist told me one day, she said, this was many years ago. Yeah. She said, this was when I was going through a very difficult time. My mother had died when I was 29 and I was really not doing well. And things... I'd have been in a succession of bad relationships and she said to me, Gillian, when you look back at the last 10 years, are you happy with the way that they've gone? And I said, no, not at all. And she said, well, then you have to change your belief about yourself. And I'll never forget that. Right. Because that was the key that kind of opened my brain up to thinking, this isn't about anybody else. This is about me. This is how do I want to live my life? What's important to me? What do I want? And who do I want to be with? And so I had to change my belief about myself in order to get those things. And that was about believing that I could do whatever I wanted. Yes. And B, that I was worthy of doing that. And that having success. Yes. Because when you're really sad, that none of those things come. Right. Right. How did you put that into action? If someone is in this position, what kind of steps or pieces of action did you turn to? Or was it others? Well, I kept doing therapy. Right. And I am a huge proponent of any kind of therapy that whatever it looks like for you is to do it and get the help of one other person who's a professional. Because you can't just hear that information and go, oh, that's it. Okay, I get it. Away I go. No, these are building blocks. At least to understand that what your belief system was before you is not served you well. Right. So then how do you change your belief system? And for me, that was through therapy. Yeah, yeah. I've always had a loving family. I've always had loving friends. That wasn't the question. It was just me personally. Yeah. So I did a lot of therapy. I kept working on that. Yeah. And little by little, I started to push myself to try something that scared me. One little thing. No, even when Love It or List It called, when I went to work at Love It or List It, I was so scared. Oh my God. Yeah. Can I do this? I've never done design coordinating. I've never done contra. I've never cold called people and asked them for things. Yeah. I was really nervous, but I did it. Yeah. And I did it because I had the support of my family and my friends and also the people I worked with eventually, right? Yeah. Yeah, of course. So none of it happens overnight. It is a concerted effort to understand A, where you are now, B, where you want to go, and see how are we going to get there.
Oh, that's 3 great points that perhaps the therapist shared with you or had you break down. I feel like people, I don't know. It's not like you talk about it all the time. I too went through therapy when I was feeling I can't manage to get successful in my relationships. And with grief, I've had to go through grief counseling and lots of areas. And I think people, they're either afraid to talk about therapy. What they don't realize is it's a workout for your brain. It's like you do yoga, you go to the gym, you go running. Therapy and counseling and is all brain gym. Yeah. And it can help change your life in a way where it can rebuild your belief system in yourself.
Life.
Yeah.
Saved my life.
Saved your life.
Where I am today because of my therapist, my beautiful therapist, Eva.
Eva?
Eva, yes.
Eva, God bless Eva. Would you say that over your years, is that when you talk about therapy or you talk about belief in yourself or insecurities, would you say that would be a mental health that you've had to work on?
Oh, I lived with clinical depression, and I was diagnosed when I was 16.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
God bless.
And had fought off and on many, many years, lots of therapy off and on, and I didn't get on medication until I was 35. Wow! So I really fought that and tried other things, which I think we all can do that, right? I'm going to try whatever, bad behavior, whatever. Addictions or whatever it might be. And then I got on medication, and then, so between the medication and my therapy for years, that's what changed my life and saved my life. I still have to work on my mental health daily. I still have to get exercise. I have to go outside. I have to surround myself with people I love. And I'm fortunate that I do have people that love me because so many people don't.
Yes.
So I'm incredibly fortunate. But I freely talk about mental health issues because it's just so important. Like when I tell people, they're like, what? You're just so happy all the time. And I'm like, yes, that's the key, right?
Yeah.
Before, I spent the first 20 years of my life working really hard during the day to be productive and work and everything. And then I would come home and crash because I had been up. I had to force myself to be up. Yeah. That's a very difficult way to live.
Yeah, because I think that's really important for somebody who might be, well, gee, that's funny. That sounds like me. I struggle, trying to stay upbeat, or maybe I need to go and talk to someone or just ask my doctor if there are options out there.
That's right. The thing that people can do is go to the Canadian Mental Health Association online and use a checklist of the 10 things. I think it's 10. It was back then. And it says, do you feel any of these things? Yeah. And you go, and that will tell you. And my doctor did that for me. Right. And I was 9 out of 10 of the things. Wow. So that's when we said, okay, let's sit down and talk about this. How can I help you? Let's think about this. And that's when I started on medication that changed my life. Yeah. It didn't, medication is not panacea. Medication gives you the ability to take a break a little bit and then do the work. Right. I suggest to people, talk to your doctor, be honest with your doctor. Yeah. And you might be surprised. Yeah, right. Exactly. Thank you for sharing. Yes, you're welcome.
Guys, since I don't have any sponsors, I thought I would use this opportunity to bring awareness to a cause that's close to my heart: mental health. Do you battle depression or suffer from mental health? Are you looking for help or to help? Then let me share with you 2 great websites full of resources and information for whatever your needs are, for yourself or for someone you care about. CallTimeMentalHealth.com is created by BC's Motion Picture Industry Unions, and healthlinkbc.ca/mental health, part of our BC medical system. No matter who you are or how you're feeling, you're not alone, and there is help out there. So if you need it or you want to share it, calltimementalhealth.com and healthlinkbc.ca/mental health. No, baby, don't you?
no offense to you, but I consider myself to be the world's greatest auntie.
I have no problem with that. And the world's greatest stepmom.
Oh, there you go.
And we're the hottest stepmoms.
There you go.
And hopefully we'll be the hottest grandmas because our stepchildren will have babies before any of our fucking friends do. And we're the fucking hottest grandmas.
Exactly. So, yeah, I have 4 nephews, and I also have multiple girlfriends who have children whose kids also call me auntie.
Me too. Isn't that a gift?
It's the greatest gift.
It really is.
And it's such a joy, and to feel like you have affected their life in any small way.
Absolutely. And you have a million ways.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And Gillian, can you share a little bit on your new avenue that you've also added to your artistic career, in addition to being an actress, in addition to being a production queen, in addition to being a producer of your own show, The Gillian Joy Show, you have also added to your artistic career, teacher and instructor in the acting field.
Yes,
is that correct?
It is correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about that avenue of your career that you've added to your colorful palette?
Yes, thank you. My agent and I, Pamela, we were brainstorming last year and thinking, should we be joining together and teaching audition classes and whatnot? And we kind of went back and forth and back and forth. And over Christmas, we decided, no, the market is... There's a lot of classes in Vancouver, which are great. Mm-hmm. And there are people who are doing really good job at those classes. Mm-hmm. And she said, listen, one of the things right now that is missing is helping people understand how to do self-tapes. We decided is, why don't I start offering individual, so private class.
Great.
Because you learn better. I mean, I do. Maybe not everybody, but I like one-on-one classes.
Yes. Sure.
And I can give you, I'm going to bring you in right from the beginning. This is the equipment you might want to get. This is how you could do it without all that equipment. Mm-hmm. This is the basic minimum you need.
Right.
Then the whole audition, how to read a breakdown. What does it mean?
Yes.
All of that. Then we'll do the audition. Then I'm going to show them how to edit on one of the platforms, because a lot of people are very intimidated by iMovie or anything.
Sure.
Listen, if I can learn it,
yes,
you can learn it.
Yeah, we're the older generation.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking TikTok and shit. Yeah. Gotcha.
If I can learn it at 60, you can learn it.
Yeah.
And now I can edit something in 15 minutes. Like, I'm done.
Yes.
And then how to upload it.
Yeah.
So I've already had 6 clients in the house since last week when I went online on offering this. And then I'm also doing one-on-one audition prep and taping for people who don't have the equipment at home.
Amazing. So here in your space, in your studio. Yeah, amazing. Awesome.
I know, it's so fun. I've met some really wonderful people already.
Right, and you're connecting with other artists and other actors, and you have all your years of experience from behind the scenes and in the front of the scenes.
Exactly.
And then the skill set too, right? So where do you post if somebody wanted this service? Where would they find you?
They can find me on Instagram.
On your Instagram?
On Instagram, Gillian Hurtig, and they can just private message me.
Okay, perfect. I'll post that. And they can talk to you about that, your schedule and rates, and I love it. The one-on-one intimacy.
Yeah. Because I learn better that way.
Totally. Wow. Well, then I guess that would kind of feed into our business side of Gillian, because again, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm meeting with women that inspire me, that are working in the arts, but also have so many other avenues and other things going on in life. And one of the things that I think is really incredible about you is you and your husband decided to open up your own business. Gillian is not only an artist, an actress, a production queen, she is a businesswoman and an entrepreneur. And her husband opened up their own company called Honest to Pete Roasters. And this is a coffee company.
Yes, it is.
So Gillian, tell us a little bit about your business. Where did you get the confidence to go, oh my gosh, we're going to open up our business?
Well, it's Peter's thing.
Okay.
Peter has been roasting and experimenting with blends of coffees on our deck in a little home roaster for like 20 years.
Oh my God.
He would get samples of beans and mix them up and see if he liked them. And over time, he finally came up with a blend that he loves. People would come over for coffee. He'd say, do you want a coffee? And over time, people were saying, gosh, Peter, this is great coffee.
Yes, I've had an amazing latte that Gillian made me, and it was fucking amazing. I didn't even add Bailey's to it.
Yeah,
so yes.
That's even better.
Thank you.
So people said you should do it. And my husband has been an IT consultant for 25 years.
Okay.
Specializing in Apple products.
Oh, wow.
But it was time for a change. So we signed a lease in March of 2020, 2 weeks before the world shut down because of the pandemic.
Oh.
So we sat around at home after, staring at each other like everybody else did. And after about a month or so, we said, well, I guess we should go build this thing. We've got the space. So it's taken a long time. Permits were slow to come, and we relied on our wonderful friends to help us build. We finally got our license last August.
Wow.
And now we are completely operational. So Peter is roasting. We're selling. You can come in and have a latte or a coffee drink. You can buy our beans. We just got our coffee into our first cafe. Pourquoi pas in Coquitlam.
Thank you, Pourquoi pas.
I know. So that's really exciting.
Yes. Amazing.
Things are operational. So between the coffee roastery and my acting and teaching and producing the show, our heads are spinning. But it's good because I love to be busy.
That's amazing.
You know?
But to have the confidence and just to go for it for you and your husband. I mean, obviously you must have had a few cocktails and a few conversations. How are we going to do it? And then to get thrown the challenge of the COVID and now to have made it push through.
And the other side. Yeah.
Wow. And when you say build your own space, this is the lease that you took on near the Beaumont Studios.
Yes.
And it's actually
it was an empty shell, right? It was a studio space there.
Yeah.
Just with 4 walls and a floor. Yeah. You go in, you have a coffee, and then right now in the interior of the Beaumont, there's a gallery space, and you can sit there and have your coffee.
Oh my God.
Have a meeting, whatever. I usually put a few chairs outside when the summer comes.
And when I had suggested to Gillian we meet there for our podcast episode, she's like, it's too loud. As I go on location, you'll hear in the background the odd, siren, or you're going to hear room tone. I haven't figured that out yet. And so I just definitely don't want to go somewhere where it's going to be loud. But you are open for business. I see you can do gift certificates through your company. They're great stocking stuffers or gift
research.
Oh, honey, I'm a pro. Okay, we're going to put that all up at the end in the intro and the outro. But what a great idea to support local businesses. And it's so competitive in the world of entrepreneurship and taking those chances. So just, again, you said it, I didn't. Believe in yourself. And clearly you do, and so does your husband, and you believe in the product.
Well, the product, I'm telling you. It's so good.
So good.
We're excited.
Gillian, Lady Boss Queen. Okay, honey, I want to move into what I call my closing questions.
Yeah.
I feel we've covered and talked about all these amazing colors to your life that have made you the woman that you are. So thank you for your time, and thank you for being so open and authentic and
you're very easy to talk to.
Oh,
so of course I'm going to.
And we didn't even have any wine because
that'll be 2 years from now.
Yeah, 2 years from now.
We'll do it in the evening.
Okay, we'll do it in the evening. That's okay. That we're still having the best time ever.
Yeah.
Gillian, is there something you practice to keep a healthy mind and spirit?
Because my depression in and out, it can be a big challenge sometimes.
Okay.
I would say gratitude in thinking about who's in my life. So reminding myself about my husband and my sisters and my brothers-in-law and my friends and co-workers. And it's a big spiral of amazing, beautiful humans, all of whom have allowed me to be sad when I'm sad and be happy, crazy when I'm happy. I would have to say that it's been my relationships.
Thank you for that answer. Yes. Gillian, is there a woman in your life who inspires you, and why or how?
Well, it was my mother to this day.
Thank you.
I mean, she was funny. She had the best sense of humor. She was graceful, beautiful. She was talented. She was a friend. And that's who I model myself after. for my friendships is to be a good friend. And she was compassionate. She could be bawdy, just hilariously odd.
Yeah.
But she was the best mother for the time that I had her, for the 29 years. She was the best mother through, divorce and challenges. She had 4 daughters, holy smokes.
Wow.
But my mom, Eileen, hands down, my inspiration, my goal, my love, my happiness.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Eileen, still guiding you.
Yeah.
Still being your...
Yeah, there's a picture of her right over there on the...
Oh, she's a beauty.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
And my final question is, if someone young was listening today and they wanted to pursue a career in the arts, what advice would you give them?
Well, I can only say it through a woman's voice.
Okay.
So as a young girl, as a young woman in my 20s, I focused way too much on my external.
Okay.
So my how I felt that I looked, how I bullshitted myself about the way that I looked, how I felt other people were looking at me. And it was so not true. And I wasted a lot of time worrying that I didn't look a certain way, behave a certain way, and that was holding, that I wouldn't get what I wanted because of my external.
Right. Okay.
What a crock of shit
we
have been fed about our bodies and our faces. So hands down is my number one thing to, be healthy, sure, look after yourself.
Yeah.
But do not put such a price on your head, as you will, to think that that's the end-all be-all, that is the only reason you're going to get what you want.
Yes.
Because it is not.
No, it's not. Okay.
So dig deep.
Yeah.
Dig deep, working on yourself, about loving yourself as you are.
Thank you.
As you are. Educate yourself, surround yourself with like-minded people, and find joy.
Thank you. Oh my God. Spoken from Miss Gillian Hurtig / Gillian Joy. Gillian, thank you so much. What a lovely afternoon celebrating you and all your accomplishments, and you're just getting started. 62, sassy, sexy, successful, and you're still going after everything and following your life's dreams and goals together with your husband. Thank you for letting me celebrate you today. I hope you had fun.
I did. And I have to say, thank you for just being such an open and honest person, too, because it makes it a lot easier to talk. Yeah. You guys can't see Irene, but she's got beautiful eyes that shine. Aww. She's luminous.
Aww.
And obviously that makes it a lot easier to talk to somebody when they are shining from within.
Thank you. Okay, well, that's Isla on location in Kitsilano with the amazing Gillian Hurtig. Thank you so much for joining us. That's a wrap. Yay!
Over and out.
Over and out. That's my chat with the amazing Gillian Hurtig. Thank you for joining us. We hope you had as much fun as we did. To get in touch with Gillian for her acting, coaching, and producing services, please visit her on Instagram or on Facebook at Gillian Hurtig. And to enjoy some amazing coffee, please visit her coffee shop, where you can find all the details and gift certificates for your friends at honesttopete.com. I'm your host, Irene Karras-Loper, and in case you're wondering who the artist is behind the music on my podcast, it's my A-list nephew, Connor Wilkinson, and you can listen to all his musical talents on Spotify at cbuddy_ and on TikTok at Dollar Store Disco. Join me again next time as I go on location and celebrate another one of my amazing friends.